What is up? Welcome back to All Things Lifestyle with Tay. I am so glad to be back podcasting. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe it's been almost a year since I posted. That's crazy. But I can't even say last year I didn't even think about podcasting, like putting up an episode after my last one in March, because I did. But you know how like you want to do something so bad, but you just can't, or you just don't. I hate, like, that's not a good excuse, and I'm not really using it as an excuse. I just didn't do it. And one thing about me, I'm a very I take accountability. And I'm like, I just didn't do it. But I wanted to. It was one of those things I'm like, I want to so bad, but I just didn't do it. But and I know it's so cliche to get on here like the first week of January, like, oh, I'm back and I'm better, new year, new me, yada yada yada. So cliche, so cheesy, but like that's how I'm feeling. Not like new year, new me type, because I never really feel like it's a new me. Like I'm always bettering myself, but I never feel like, oh, brand new me. I'm literally still me. But like I'm feeling so grateful, hopeful, optimistic, and just good about 2025. Like I know, and it's like another part of me is like, oh, it's just another year. It is, but I'm feeling better about this year. And literally I just said that on New Year's Eve. Like I'm like, I'm ready for the new year. And it's been a few years where I'm like, I'm ready for the new year. Like, no, I'm usually like, "Ugh, it's January 1st, it's January 5th. I'm still not ready for the new year. My new year usually starts in February. But on December 31st, I was ready. And I was so productive. I cleaned my whole apartment, did some organization, started to take my Christmas decorations down. My tree is still up. It is January 2nd. Yes, my tree is still up. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. It letting go of Christmas is it's a lot. If you're new here, hi. I'm Tejana and I love Christmas. Okay. Favorite season of the year. Favorite. And yes, Christmas is a season, not just a day. It's a season. And it's hard with me to apart with Christmas. So my tree is still up, but like, my things on my tables and stuff, I took that off. My wreath is still on my door. Okay. Baby steps. But I feel by the end of the weekend, it'll all be down. My tree will come down. Cause usually, not gonna lie, not gonna lie. It has been times where my tree has been up until almost the end of January. I know, don't shoot me. I know. But I just love looking at it, like sitting here on my couch. I'm looking at it right now. Sitting here on my couch, candle burning, tree lit, all the pretty decorations. It's just so pretty. And I have a white tree. It's so pretty. But I will be taking it down at the end of the weekend. I'll go ahead and follow suit. But yeah, so all I had to say, I was super productive on New Year's Eve. I always get sidetracked. If y'all are not new here, I get sidetracked. But going back to New Year's Eve, I was so productive on New Year's Eve. Cleaned my whole apartment, organized, cooked a good dinner. I had a crab boil, put a little lobster tail in it, potatoes, sausage, yeah, all the fixings for crab boil. 10 out of 10. Um, I did all of that laundry. I just did all the things. And I was just ready. Like I woke up on January 1st, like, yes, New Year. Like, and that's how I wanted to wake up. I wanted to wake up to a super clean apartment, smelling good, like not really having to get up and do anything. And that's exactly what I did on January 1st. I did not do anything. I was off work. I sat on this couch, watched some movies, watched some YouTube videos, watching Pop the Balloon, because she still uploaded Pop the Balloon yesterday on first. Love me some Arlette, okay? Um, yeah, and that's all I did. So I had a very relaxing New Year. So yeah, I didn't really do anything yet yesterday on the first. I seen people like getting up, going to the gym, blah blah. Oh, that's great. But I just decided to relax and just do nothing because I prep like it was like a New Year's prep on New Year's Eve. I cooked, I cleaned, I did everything I need to do so that way I could just chill, eat my leftovers, and watch TV. and relax. But yeah, like I said, I'm feeling good about this year. I'm feeling very optimistic about it. And I just felt super inspired. Like the past couple weeks, I'm like, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to start back my podcast. I am ready. I have some episodes lined up, even though I'm just now posting from last year. I have 70 episodes up. So I was very consistent in 2022 and 2023. So I have a good amount of episodes up. So, guys, if you're new here and you want to get to know me a little more, I do have like my very first episode where I think yeah, it's about me, my first episode, and then I have another episode like I did like a 73 questions. Kind of like I got inspired by the Vogue YouTube channel where they go to celebrities' houses and just randomly shoot off 73 questions. So I was inspired by that. So yeah, that gets to know me too. So if you want to get to know me a little more, go check out those episodes. But I have so many other episodes up about business, about traveling, um, my favorite products from Amazon, and just I talk about a product every week. But yeah, I have a lot of episodes up. So if you want to, go ahead, check out those episodes, catch up and come back to this one. But yeah, so yeah, this is 2025. Cheers to 2025. I'm gonna be pretty much doing a recap of last year, not super long, but since I haven't uploaded, I kind of want to, do a little catch up and then do my ins and outs of 2025. I did my ins and outs last year, and I kind of like it because one thing about me, I love a list. I love a list. I love a to-do list of things. It's just I just love a list. So yeah, I made a list of my ins and my outs for the new year. So that's what we're gonna be talking about. But here's a mini recap of 2024. So my last I looked at I looked back at my episodes. My last episode was when I went to Hawaii for my friend's wedding, which was amazing. Literally amazing. So gorgeous. Love them down. Um So after that, what else was I up to? I did a good amount of traveling last year for me because I feel like yeah, I traveled a good amount. I went to Dallas with my friends. We went to this festival in Dallas called Togetherland, if I remember right. And it had all like that. I feel like that lineup was like the best lineup that I've went to for a festival. They had the main event, Lil Wayne, which is the main reason I wanted to go. Hello again, if you're new here. Hi, I'm Tejana, and I love Dwayne Carter. Like, if you're new here, hi. You're gonna get sick of hearing about him, but that's just me. Um, but yeah, it had Lil Wayne, Summer Walker. Again, love Summer Walker, Lotto, Mariah the Scientist, Tink. They had throwbacks. 3 6 Mafia came. Jeezy performed. That was a good festival. I could say, out of all the festivals I went to, that was low key the best one. That was a good festival. Yeah, so we did that, and then later on in the summer, I graduated with my master's degree. Hey. Yes, I went to Arizona and I got my master's degree. I wanted to go there so I could walk stage because I didn't get to walk for my bachelor's. So me and my sister flew to Arizona and I got to walk cross stage. Arizona was so hot. Arizona in the summertime, 100, one triple digits. I couldn't even take my shoes off. We were walking. My feet were burning on the sidewalk. It was so hot. Like when we were outside taking pictures, I had to take a break. We had to go and sit inside. It was so hot, but that was one of the very best moments of my year last year. Like graduated with my master's degree, like hello. One of my goals that I really wanted to reach and I did it. Um Thinking about going back to school, but I don't know. I still be thinking about it, but I'm like, eh. Again, if you're new here, I earned my degree. It was all online. And I do have an episode where I talk about all about the tips and my online school journey. And check that out if you haven't. I uploaded it around this time last year. So in January of 2024 is when I uploaded that. But yeah, that was definitely a highlight of my whole year. What else? Shoot, it was a good year last year. I went on a cruise for the first time. My cruise, that was so fun. I went with my friend. So fun. Like I was so scared. I was so scared. We did Carnival Celebration. My first cruise. That boat is huge. The boat is huge. But my friend, she kind of was like schooling me, like, you want a newer boat. You don't want to like too old of a boat, like boat that was in like the early 2000s. Like you don't want that. You know, it's best if we get a newer boat and everything. So I was like, okay, I'm just going, she telling me what to do. So I'm like, okay, I'm nervous the whole time. Whole time I'm nervous. Whole time I'm nervous, but I was like, I'm such a like I'm a daredevil, low key. I'm low key a daredevil, and I'm just like YOLO. That was one of those moments where I'm like YOLO. But I know how I get, and I know how my anxiety is. I feel like this might be kind of backwards, but I wanted a room with a balcony, and we got the room with the balcony. But I'm like, I feel like uh, if I was super anxious, I wouldn't want the balcony, but I wanted the balcony because I didn't want to feel super enclosed because I didn't know how big or small the rooms were. And I'm like, I need something, like I need some air. Like I need some, you know what I'm saying? Like I need to be able to walk outside and not just the hallway, to the boat. I need to be outside instead of having to go all the way up to the deck. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the balcony was a great touch. That balcony, I was on that balcony more than I was in the room. Like that balcony was everything. Listening to the sound of the waves, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I would recommend a cruise. Like, yeah, and we got to go to Turks, DR, and was it Puerto Rico? What was the third place? Our favorite place was Turks because we went to 3 stops and it was a 7-day cruise. It was long. That's like 7 days for my first time. Crazy. Because every time I tell people, I'm like, 7-day cruise. They're like, it's your first time? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I'm just like, with me, I just be doing stuff. Like, hey, I'm here. What's up? And it was affordable too. It was affordable. I feel like my year last year, I was focused on making memories with my close friends and my family, and just like spending as much time with them as possible. Cause that's one of my favorite things I like to do. Spend time with my close friends and my family. Love it. Love doing that. So yeah, that was a great experience. Um, yeah, end up having a blast, meet a very nice people, and just making great memories, hon. Great memories. Okay. um, and the most exciting trip, well, they were all exciting trips, but like Christmas in New York, I experienced Christmas in New York. And like I said, I'm a Christmas lover. That was great. Like seeing the Rockefeller Center tree in person. I've been seeing this tree on TV for years, online for years. I got to see it in person, and I just literally, like, you could act like Tavana, my friend Tavana, just standing there, like, and I'm just standing there looking like, wow, like she probably looking at me like, what is wrong with her? But I'm just looking like this tree is amazing. Like I don't know, it's just love it so much. But yeah, we got to go to Bryant Park. Um, some bars. Where else did we? I feel like we did a good amount of stuff. I can't think. Lord. Bryant Park, of course, Times Square, going into the shops. The Bryant Park had the holiday market. That was my favorite. Rockefeller Center, and just exploring and having some good food. So yeah, that was great. Um, I kind of feel like I want to make it an annual trip. It's expensive. It is expensive, but I kind of want to make it annual. I don't know, because I love Christmas so bad. And that's what I like about New York, because everywhere you turn in New York, it was Christmas. They had some kind of Christmas tree up in the bars, in the stores. everywhere. Christmas music playing on the street, in the store. Everywhere was Christmas. I was into it. Oh, and it was SantaCon. We like it happened to be SantaCon. We were there, like we were thriving. We were thriving. But yeah, no, that was a great trip. Loved it. Um, so yeah, that was pretty much the recap, like the major things. Just a little like I can't do it. I'm not gonna do a full recap because I don't want this episode to be super long. But because I still want to talk about my ins and outs of the year. But yeah, 2024 was a good year, honestly. Of course, I had my downs, ups and downs. That's just life. What is life without ups and downs? But it was a good year, and I'm just ready for another good year. I'm ready for a great year in 2025. But before I get into my ins and outs, I want to talk about the product of the week, the product that I'm loving. So it is the Neutrogena Hydra Boost Hydrating Facial Cleansing Gel. So I've been using this for the past like 3 months at this point, and low key, I'm obsessed. Like, it's been a minute since I've been obsessed with a skincare product. That's another thing too. Last year, I struggled a lot with my acne. My acne, it was just starting to boost. Like, it was just starting to affect my self esteem. And I'm like, I don't have low self esteem, but like, having acne, it just doesn't make anybody feel good. Like, and it's like, it's hard to feel good. And it's like, I know a lot of people put makeup on top of their acne, but I don't like that because I feel like it makes it look worse. Unless I don't know how to do makeup. Maybe that's what it is. Cause I'm like, I feel like when I do my makeup, even like liquid foundation, powder foundation, I feel like it makes my acne look worse. So it's like, I didn't really want to put makeup on top of it. So, but I feel like this product has helped. I've been using it since August of last year. So it's been a while. And I've been using it for nighttime and daytime cleanser, and it's fragrance free. And I do not use fragrances on my face. I just don't. I have very sensitive skin. But I think what helped me the most from this cleanser is the if I can say this right, hyaluronic acid. I think that's what helped. But Neutrogena, love this brand. I've been using Neutrogena for years, since I was middle school, elementary school. But yes, fragrance free, alcohol free, hypoallergenic, paraben free, sulfate free. So it's a very good cleanser. I feel, and it's gentle. That's another thing too. Like, how some cleansers, like, it's too much. Like, I find when I would use like like medically graded cleansers, it would burn my skin, which I hated that because my skin is so sensitive. But I'm like, I want the acne to go away, but like I can't use super strong stuff because it kind of like burn my skin. You know what I'm saying? Like, leave a little burn mark. So it's just been a bit of a struggle. But yeah, this I like this one. It's been really good. I hate, how you use something for so long and then it stops working. It's not to that point yet, but um I'm scared it's gonna get to that point. But yeah, it's gentle, and it says removes dirt, oil, makeup without stripping your skin, which another thing I can attest to, it doesn't strip your skin. You know how your skin after you wash with a certain face wash and it feels like squeaky clean, like you know what I'm saying? It doesn't feel like that. It's still like your face still feels hydrated and clean. But yeah, I love this stuff. Love it, love it, love it. Now, because just like what I told you guys about, when you use something for so long, it stops working. Now, I use it for morning and night. I think I'm just going to stick to using it for the morning. And I got the Tatcha matcha cleanse. I think it's in the blue bottle. And now I got the trial size, because it was on sale at Sephora for extra like $20 off. And it has the cleanser in there, the water cream, moisturizer, and the lip balm. So I got all three of those things from Tatcha for like $60. And it's trial size, so you can try, except the water cream moisturizer, that's a full size. But I did get the travel size cleanser. So I'm like, I want to try out the cleanser and see. So I've been using that at night. So I'm gonna come back with a little review with that product too, because Tatcha is not cheap. But I'm like, I want to try it. I want to try something different. Um, but yes, the the Neutrogena one, the Hydro Boost, has a pump, and I feel like only one pump is good. Like I've never used two pumps, maybe one and a half pumps, but it lasts a good amount of time. I'm only on my second or third bottle. I started using it in like August, middle August, maybe like middle to end of August, and I'm on my second bottle. So I feel like it lasts a good amount of time, and it's 7.8 ounces. I'm like really getting into this cleanser because I love it. And at Target, I just want to give you like a price. At Target, it costs $12.99. So about $13, with tax and everything. So yeah, I love this cleanser. Definitely gonna be in my stash because of course I like trying different products. So I'm not gonna always use it, but it's definitely just gonna be in my stash to come back to. Just like I came back to the First Aid Beauty products. I talked about that on some episodes last year. I went back to that facial radiance pads and stuff. But yeah. Anyway, but I'll definitely keep you posted on the Tatcha cleanser because that's expensive. And I want to see how it works. And it is linked in my shop. I'm gonna have it linked in the show notes. And yeah, so it'll be linked. And I just wanted to say, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast. All Things Lifestyle. It is on YouTube. I am just uploading the episodes on YouTube right now. Visuals hopefully coming soon where I actually record myself again because I did it a couple times and I just had to get some things together. I had to get some things together with that. So hopefully, visuals coming soon, but it is just the podcast, like just me talking on YouTube, but it is there. If you're listening on Spotify, you can make sure you rate, you follow on Spotify, you rate, and you can leave a comment on Spotify. I'm a Spotify user, Spotify, Apple, but on Spotify, you can leave a comment on each episode, which is, I feel like it's kind of cool. So, yeah, interact with me. Let me know what you think of the episode. Leave a comment. If you listen on Spotify, leave a comment right now and let me know what you're thinking about the episode. Um, and on Apple Podcasts, you can leave me a rating and you can write a review on there as well. Um, it seems like Spotify, they're getting a little more detailed with their things on their app, and it seems like Apple Podcasts you can still leave a rating, write a rating, a review, and rate the podcast however many stars you feel. So let's get into the ins and outs of the year. So I like to do a word of the year too. My word that I came up with this year is thrive, because I don't know, I just feel like one thing about me, I love to set goals and I like to reach those goals. I'm a goal crusher when it comes to things that I really, really want. So, and one thing I can say, I'm not talking about goals. I'm just talking about ins and outs. But one thing, well, ins and outs is kind of like goals. It's just a different way of putting it. It's more putting it in like list form than like being super specific with each thing. But one thing I really want to do this year is be back consistent with my podcast, because I look back at all the episodes I put out in 2023. I was on a roll. Like every week, so consistent. And I'm like, what happened to that girl? And I want to be that girl. And I want to thrive in my podcast this year. So my word of the year is thrive. I love a challenge. I love crushing my goals. I like reaching my goals. And like I said, I feel inspired, and I want to keep the way I feel right now. I want to feel this way all year. I want to feel inspired all year. I want to feel like I just feel very good. Um, so yeah. Word of the year for me is thrive. Again, leave a comment on your word of the year. What's your word of the year? So, okay, let's start with the N. So my N is doing better with daily vitamins and supplements. Now, one thing about me, I struggle with this because I'll do good for the duration, like the bottle, and then I won't refill the bottle. I won't go get a new one or anything like that. I need to do better. And I feel like I want to get Ritual. I've been seeing Ritual or Seed. I've been seeing, the promotion ads and, in the girls' vlogs and everything and on Instagram. And I can put that as a subscription so where it automatically gets mailed to me. So I won't even have to think about going to the store to pick it up because it'll already be on its way to my apartment. So I do want to get better at that. So I'm thinking about Ritual, to subscribing to that and see how that goes. It's just pricey, but I'm like, I need to get better. Um, so yeah, getting better at daily vitamins and supplements. Another N is curating multiple routines for different days of like how I'm feeling. So I got this idea from, she's a creator. Her name is Jazz Turner. I love her. She's so inspiring. Like, she's so cute. But she put up a post and she said she has different routines for different days. Like, she has her productive morning routine, her lazy day morning routine, and I think like just an everyday overall routine. That's such a good idea. And I'm like, I want to do that. I want to have different routines. Even though I kind of feel like I do, I kind of want to make them a little better though, but I don't want to make them too complex because I don't feel like I have a complex morning routine. Um, Especially like every day for work. Like, I feel like it's very simple because I have to get up so early. I can't even sometimes I don't even eat breakfast because I want to make sure, at least I want to make sure I get my skincare routine and like enjoy my skincare and stuff in the morning, to get me ready for the day. But I like the idea of having different routines for different days because as people, we don't wake up, like she said, we don't wake up feeling the same every day. So I thought that was a great idea. And I'm like, that's an in for me for the year. And like I said, I don't want it to be nothing too complex. I like simplicity. Simple. I need simpler than simple. That's an in for me for sure for the year. Next in is dry cleaning / getting my clothes tailored. I started this last year and I don't know what I done started because dry cleaning is not cheap. I don't know why have I developed this habit? I don't know. But for certain pieces of clothing, I feel like it's essential because one thing about it, that washer, like you can put clothes in like wash bags and stuff so your things doesn't get damaged in the washer, but the washer still takes a toll on your clothes. And I feel like if you're paying, good money for your clothes, or even if this is another hack, even if you're not paying a lot of money, if it's Fashion Nova, if it's Shein, but if it's a thinner fabric or something that you will want to wear again, take it to the dry cleaners because I feel like they are gentler with the clothing item. And some people may think, why are you taking something from Fashion Nova to the dry cleaners? If you want to wear it again, if it's cute, why not? Because it's going to get ruined in the washer. I find that a lot and I started doing that in the summertime because I'll have those little cutesy little outfits. It's sheer, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, I want to wear this again. Like, I want to wear this to another occasion, but I don't want to put it in my washer and I don't want to hand wash it. I'm lazy. I don't want to hand wash it. I'm like, the dry cleaners. So yeah, that's an in for me for the year too. And for now on, and getting your clothes tailored again. So I run into the problem of clothes not fitting me right because I'm smaller up top and look, I got hips and curves and booty. You know what I'm saying? So stuff don't fit right. And I need to mostly get my jeans tailored, my pants. Either, and I'm not super tall. I'm not super tall. I'm not tall at all. And I'm not short. I'm in the middle. I'm like 5'4". I'm average height. So, but some stuff are too long. I find that, but I kind of like that it's too long because sometimes I'll buy things longer and bigger so that way when I get it tailored, it fits right. So that's another hack too. Getting your clothes tailored for sure. Dresses, I've noticed that. And if it's something that you really want and they don't have your size, get it bigger. Get the bigger size and get it tailored. More money, yes. But if it's a clothing item that you really want, especially if it's like a classic piece, one of those like black or brown dresses that you can wear multiple times, get it tailored. literally fit just for you. That's definitely a hack that I've learned. Having that body shape where you smaller up top, you look thicker on the bottom. Definitely get into that. My next in is to get more into beauty treatments, specifically IV drips and facials. So, like I said, I struggle a lot with my skincare, with my skin last year, and it just recently, like the past like month or two, started to act right. Now, of course, I'm PMSing, so of course I'm breaking out now, but I feel like lately that's pretty much the only time I've had like the past like month or two bad breakouts is when I'm, you know, PMSing and on my period. But yeah, I want to get more into beauty treatments like the IV drips. And granted, I don't know how that's going to work because I do not like needles. But I feel like if I sit there and look away, like the worst part, of course, is getting poked. But if I sit there and look away, listen to music, listen to a podcast, watch a show, watch a movie while it's happening, I feel like I'll be fine. But just getting that extra hydration for the body helps your hair, skin, and nails. Just so many benefits to IV drips, um, that I want to start doing it. Maybe once a month, once every other month, because it can be kind of pricey. So whatever I feel I want to splurge on that month. Um, Facials too. I do want to start getting like hydrofacials and things like that. Even though I feel like I can do the things at home, but going out and getting a facial, like you can't really beat the experience. So, and again, maybe that's like a couple times a quarter. 'Cause, a quarter's 3 months. So if I go twice a quarter, that's 2 months out of three. You know what I'm saying? Just try to be more intentional. Because I do feel like I'm very good with my self care. I'm kind of the self care queen, you know, kind of. I'm getting there. But yeah. But I want to get even better with my self care because, again, I'm getting older and I need this skin to be right tight for the next 30 years. So, um, yeah. I'm not saying Botox is not in my future, but we're going to try to hold off on that till I'm at least 50, 60, 60. Yeah. Mhm. Another in is to save. I have what, two more? Okay, I'm almost done with my ends. Save money, of course. I feel like this is everybody's in for the year. It should be. Save, invest, do something with your money. Um, Instead of just spending it. Because I have a problem. I like to spend, but I need to save. So I save, but I need to save more. Of course, we can all do better. And I need to do better with saving. Um, I saw this saving calendar and it has a different amount of money that you put away each day. And I want to do it. But I think instead of each day, I'm going to do weekly because I can remember to do it each day and to move the money each day. But I just feel like I should do it weekly, like every Friday or every Saturday, Sunday, or every Monday, once a week, just move it. Um, Set a little alarm on my phone and do that. I think that'd be very beneficial. I actually kind of started doing that at the end of last year. But I didn't have like a super set amount. I would just move it to my savings. But another in for the year is to work on my relationship with God. I want to be more intentional with my relationship with Him. I started going to Bible study with my aunt and my uncle. They host a Bible study every Wednesday on Zoom, and it's just been very knowledgeable, and I've learned a lot with the Bible stories and everything. And I just want to be, more intentional. I got a daily devotional journal, so I want to keep up with that. Baby steps, because again, for me, if I take on too much at once, I get overwhelmed and I don't do any of it. I hate that I'm like that. I was just talking about this to my sister. I'm like, I put down too much. That's why my to-do list, for like, I do a to-do list every day. Well, most days, like 4 or 5 days out the week, I write down a to-do list. If I put too much on that list, I'm not gonna do all of it. I have to put start off with a minimal amount of tasks, and if things come up, then I'm like, oh, okay, I could write that down and scratch it off because I did it. But if I try to put too much on my plate get heavy and then it fall over and I don't do none of it. I mean, that's like the simplest way I could put it. Like, if I take on too much, I don't do anything. So, yeah. Um, and I want to do another end. I want to do more cleanses. More cleanses at least once per quarter. Or not even once per quarter, like, or any kind of like challenges. Like, oh, I want to challenge myself to not eat out for 2 weeks. Random, like a random, I'll start on a random Monday, just things like that, just to try to be more intentional when it comes to health and wellness. Because that's, like I said, I want to get better with self-care overall. And I'm talking about the outside facials and everything, but it starts with the inside too. Eating healthy, working out. Like, I want to incorporate those challenges. I can do a fitness challenge. That's not an issue for me. It's eating. It's eating. So I'm like, I definitely want to challenge myself this year. Like, okay, Tate, for 2 weeks, you're not going to eat out anywhere. Doesn't matter if you're going out to eat and having a salad. You're not going out to eat. And that's a challenge for me because I love to eat out. Love to eat out. But, I want to incorporate those things. And to me, those are cleanses because you're cleansing yourself of the processed foods that you're eating. And and when I say I don't eat out, I'm not going to still come home and eat like noodles. I'm going to be intentional to make a whole meal, like salmon, chicken, rice, a veggie. Try to be more intentional. I feel like, again, that's a goal every year. Like, some of these goals, they're just not going to change. Saving more, investing more, working on your relationship with God, and doing cleanses and challenges, and just overall health and wellness. Like, I feel like it's a goal every year, but I feel like it's always tailored differently because each year you'll work on something and you'll be like, oh, okay, and then let me try it this way. Let me flip it. The last one, just staying consistent overall. Like, staying consistent with everything, because I feel like I was listening to a podcast. I don't know which one because I listen to so many podcasts. Um, and they said you rather show up good every day than to be exceptional sometimes. I don't know the exact quote, but pretty much like, show up good every day. Show up for yourself every day good versus showing up once a week exceptional, like super, like a superstar. You know what I'm saying? I hope I'm making sense. It's hard for me to think about the exact quote, but it was really good because it was like, at least show up for yourself every day. For example, she used examples of, okay, you don't have to do a super hard workout today, but at least walk for 20 minutes. You went for a walk. And that's just like a fitness, you know, example. Another example of when it comes to eating, like, okay, you ate Taco Bell yesterday, but you had two fulfilling whole meals today, like lunch and dinner. You ate, your protein, your veggie, you know. So that's pretty much the goal, and when that's what I think of when I think of just consistency, and just in it, consistency is key. We hear this all the time. Consistency is key, and it's just leads to a better lifestyle overall. Like, pretty much. Um and then I have some outs. So these are the things that I'm not subscribing to in 2025. Literally, I'm not subscribing to, because one of my the first out is forgetting about subscriptions, not keeping track of them. So one thing about me, I'll do the 7-day trial and forget. I don't want to do that this year. Um, I want to keep track of them. And if I'm not watching a subscription, like today, I wrote down all my subscriptions, and the ones I'm not really watching, I canceled them. Like, I'm not really watching Stars right now since what just went off? Power went off. That went off in like October or something, September. And I still had the Stars. So that's like 5, 10, 15, 20, like $30, $35 that they took, and I haven't even watched it. I haven't watched Stars. I really technically only watch Stars when like Power is on, BMF is on, Raising Kanan. When those shows come on, that's when I get Stars. So I cancel Stars today. I was like, I'm not. And then I'll resubscribe when the shows are back on that I want to watch. Or if I feel like if I go on Stars and I see all these movies and all these shows, I'm like, I'll do this for a couple months and then I want to go back and just cancel and maybe put something else in that place. You know what I'm saying? Or just, not, cancel it. But that's one thing I want to do is to keep keep track of my subscriptions and cancel them when need be. And you can always go back to them. Another out for me is overindulging. I don't want to overindulge. Um, I feel like I kind of do that a lot with food. I keep talking about eating. I think it's because these past couple weeks I've been eating a lot. And it was the holidays, it's Thanksgiving, it's Christmas, you know, there's food everywhere. There's desserts everywhere. Everybody's cooking, everybody's baking, everybody, drinking. It's everywhere. And I'm like, I don't want to overindulge. I want to keep it at bay. And that's with shopping too. I don't want to overspend, overindulging. Just, too much of something is just I don't feel like it's good. So, keep it at bay. I want to that overindulging is an out. Another out is getting out of my routine for a long period of time. Because one thing about me, I will be so good at my routine 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, super good. And then I'll just fall out of it because I'll either get in a funk or something. And it's hard to get out of that in a couple days. I'll fall off my routine for maybe like another week or two. And I'm like, dang, like, and my out is doing that for a long period of time. Of course, I'm going to have my days. We're all human. Like, I'm human. I'm going to have my days, but I don't want to get out of my routine longer than 2 or 3 days. 3 days max. I feel like 3 days getting out of your routine is just, again, depending on, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't have a crystal ball. I can't tell the future, but these are just things that I don't want to do. And I want to be more mindful of. Like, I feel like it's day 2 and I haven't stuck to my routine. I want to be like, okay, Tay, you started this thing on Sunday. You haven't been sticking to your routine. It's Wednesday. Get it together at this point. Like, I want to have these little talks with myself because I can just get out of my routine for a few weeks and I don't want to get out of it that long. Unless I'm like traveling or something. But, you know, another out is hitting the snooze button. I feel like I said this last year too. I did a little bit better this year, but I'm still snoozing too much. And I'm like running, rushing to get out the house. Like, hitting the snooze button too much. And another out, letting my closet become a disaster. Letting my closet become a disaster. I don't want to do that anymore because it gets to a point where it's like a disaster and it's overwhelming to clean and it's going to take me like 2 days it's a 2-3 day project at this point when it should just be a 1 day project or a couple hours if I keep up with it throughout the weeks when I'm trying to find something to wear and not just throwing stuff on the floor of my closet and put it back on the hanger. Literally telling myself, put it back on the hanger. It's okay. It takes an extra 2 seconds. It don't take long. I don't know why I do that. I'm like, oh, this don't work because I like try to find something to wear. Oh, this doesn't work and throw it out. No, put it back on the hanger. It's okay. Oh, I gotta have these talks with myself. So yeah, try to keep up with my closet before it gets really bad. Neglecting my hair is an out. Now, last year, I neglected my hair. I got my trims. I got a couple of trims, but I could have gotten more. I could have kept up with it more. My natural hair is specific. I didn't really wear my curls a lot. I did, but I kind of want to like just wear them out way more. A lot of ponytails, a lot of buns, a lot of slick backs. I just want to like be more intentional, because when I first went natural, like I was on my hair care routine so bad. Like I was so good at it. It was like clockwork every week, deep condition. It was just great. But I definitely fell off last year. So this year, I'm not gonna neglect my hair. Neglecting my hair is an out. Last but not least, saying my last out, saying if instead of when. And it's so funny because I was just talking to my friend last night and I was like, if I get my PhD, he's like, when you get your PhD. I'm like, oh, clock it. Clocked my tea. Ain't that, ain't that how you say it? Clocked my tea. He definitely clocked my tea. I was like, oh yeah. And a lot of people say that. They were like, Tay, stop saying if. And a lot of people correct me. And it's so funny. I don't even notice that I do it. And I'm like, oh yeah, when. Like I need to start speaking things into existence. And I do it sometimes, but most of the time I say if. And I'm like, why do I say if? Like it's gonna happen. Put the work in, be intentional, be consistent, it's gonna happen. Like just like that. So definitely that's an out. Saying if is an out. We're going to say when. When I get something, when I do something. You know, we got to speak the positivity into existence. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'm so glad. I'm so happy. I'm so happy to be recording again. Like I said, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, rate, leave a review for the podcast wherever you're listening, Apple Podcast, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you're listening to this episode. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll be back next week, next Thursday, with a new episode. And remember, it's a lifestyle. Bye.